What's up, guys? Welcome to my very first YouTube video on my brand new channel. If you don't know me, my name is Tim, also known as The Vegan Demon, and as you can tell by the channel name already, my diet is entirely plant-based. So I thought it would be a good way to kick off the channel by doing a full day of eating of 4,000 calories. So without further ado, let's go to the first meal. So it's the next morning. It is 5:30. So today I have a track workout, doing some intervals. So usually before my workouts I like to get in some fruit. So I have some dried mango here. And then I'm gonna cut up this apple along with a liter of Gatorade for some carbs, another liter of just plain water, and then 500 milliliters I'll take to the track with me, and I'll sip on it in between intervals with a noon tablet for electrolytes. And obviously can't forget the most important thing, coffee with oat milk, and then of course another liter of water. Just got back from the track. Absolutely smashed it. Of course, some more Gatorade, another half a liter. So I think for today we're already up to 4 liters of liquid. So when I tell my friends here that I drink 10 liters of water a day, they don't believe me, but as you can see now, it's not even 8 a.m. and I've already downed 4 liters of water. So some more carbs post-workout, and then we'll get into first real full meal, the breakfast smoothie. So now we're all washed up after the track. Time to make the breakfast smoothie. First thing that's going in is some frozen banana, raspberries, blueberries, frozen spinach, 1 scoop of this protein, which is cinnamon bun flavor, and then 1 scoop of naked pea protein, soy milk, orange juice. Next up, a little nub of fresh turmeric, ginger. This is good for anti-inflammatory purposes, and then what you're supposed to do to help the absorption of the curcumin in the turmeric, some black pepper. So I put in like maybe 3 peppercorns. They get blended up. You don't even taste it. Tablespoon of some chia seeds for omega-3s. Some sunflower seeds for vitamin E. 1 Brazil nut for selenium. Amla powder, maybe about a teaspoon is all you need. Basically your daily vitamin C recommendation in 1 teaspoon. Some cinnamon powder for recovery, muscle recovery, helps with that. 5 grams of this in this sketchy looking bag that I brought back from the US. Flaxseed for some more omegas. And then I usually top it off with a glass of water. And that's it. Here we go, blend it up. So we have this giant nutrient bomb to start the morning. Basically it fills up about 3 or so of these pint glasses. So now it is 10:08, time for meal number 3, which is a sourdough bagel. And then on 1/2 I will be putting paprika and chili hummus. And then the other half will get an avocado. And then usually on the hummus half, I'll add some capers, everything but the bagel seasoning. And then on the avocado side, crushed red pepper and a little bit of salt. So here we have the finished product, the avocado half and the hummus half with capers. I'll put the calories on the screen as well as the macros just so you can kind of follow along throughout the day. But yeah, this is meal number 3. It is 12:45 and I'm gonna make a little bit of a stir fry. So I'll show you guys what I have here. I chopped up 1 medium red bell pepper, and then I have about 10 cloves of garlic. I have 2 medium potatoes air frying for a few minutes before I actually mix everything into the pan, just to give them a little bit of a head start. I have some king oyster mushrooms, some tauqua, which is the version here of firm tofu, soy sauce, maybe a tablespoon or 2 of that, and then some turmeric with black pepper. We know from the smoothie this morning that those go hand in hand. And then some cumin, and then last but not least, some nutritional yeast. If you're not familiar with this, it's a vegan staple. It's basically like a cheesy, nutty flavor, and it's fortified with vitamin B12. Some red cabbage at the end, as well as some kale. So I'm cooking the garlic along with the mushrooms. I don't use any oil when I saute vegetables, so to help with the cooking of the garlic, I put the mushrooms in with it because mushrooms have a high water content, so the water helps it to not stick on the pan, and if I do notice that it starts to stick a little bit, I'll add in some water, just like a tablespoon at a time. That should be good for a bit. Just retrieved the potatoes from the air fryer. They're looking pretty good. Just sort of crumbling the tofu in with my hands. Here comes the soy sauce, cumin, turmeric. Just kind of eyeballing all the measurements. I don't really ever measure nutritional yeast. Now I'll bring in the potatoes. Throw in the peppers. Now I'll put in the cabbage. I'll just slice off a piece of this. Then I'll add in the kale, very last. And that's pretty much the finished product. I'll put up the exact calories and macros just so you know. But this is an extremely filling meal for very low calories, and it has a ton of vitamins and minerals. And for dessert, after lunch, I have one of these Lenny and Larry protein cookies. Half of a cookie is 210 calories, so I'm gonna have half. I had the other half yesterday, so I'm having this half. And then 200 milliliters of Oatly organic oat milk. It is 3:53, time for the next meal. Going to make some oats with blueberries. So here I have 60 grams of oats measured out. I'm going to put in some cinnamon. For the oatmeal, I like to use frozen blueberries because when they cook or melt, it kind of goes into the oatmeal and mixes all around pretty evenly. And then once this is all done, I will add maybe about a tablespoon or so of maple syrup. So I'll put the macros and calories of this meal onto the screen. It is now 5:20 and I'm going to be snacking on some grapes. 150 grams of grapes just to tide me over until dinner. Tonight I'm going to be making some 3-bean chili. So I'm going to be using 2 cans of black beans, 2 cans of kidney beans, and 1 can of pinto beans. And then we have some diced tomatoes. These ones I actually found that say chili ready. So 2 cans of those. And then 1 can of tomato sauce, along with 2 medium onions, about a head and a half of garlic, some carrots, some peppers, celery, and then I'll put in some TBP. This is basically dried soy. Really good macros. Quarter of a cup, only 80 calories and 12 grams of protein. So I'll put in probably 100 grams of that. I've tossed in the onions with the garlic and the carrots and the celery. So they're all just kind of softening, cooking. Again, I didn't use any oil when I threw it all in. Just add a little bit of water to keep it from sticking to the bottom of the pan, and should be good to go. There's also a lot of water in the celery, so it should stay pretty wet. So now I've added in the peppers, and now I have the spices. So I did about 4 tablespoons of chili powder, about a tablespoon of paprika, a little more than a tablespoon of cumin, and then probably about a tablespoon of oregano. Again, it's not a science. You can basically put in however much you want. And in the meantime, I'm also soaking the TBP. So now that everything's in the pot, I'm gonna let this simmer for at least a half hour, just so all the flavors can come together and everything can cook. And actually, for this recipe, I already have it put into my calorie app called Chronometer. So I make this all the time. So I basically just weigh it so it's consistent with what I have inputted in Chronometer already. And then when I weigh out the portion size that I actually have for dinner, I know exactly how many calories are in it by weight. Chili is all done. Served up my first bowl. So this is 550 grams. I think I'm going to give myself around 900 grams. So I'll have just shy of what this bowl is as the second bowl. But yeah, so this is dinner. Okay, so now we have the final meal, which is going to be a banana and peanut butter smoothie. So basically the way that I use this very last meal for the day is, I know that I want to hit 4,000 calories every day. I subtract whatever I've had throughout the day, so I know how much I have remaining, and that's basically what dictates what goes into this smoothie that I'm about to make now. So I have real peanut butter, which is 190 calories for 2 tablespoons, and then I have PB2, which is 50 calories for 2 tablespoons. So I'm going to have about 20 something grams of this and 20 something grams of this for today, and then some soy milk. I also add in maybe about a teaspoon or so of cacao nibs. So that wraps up my first full day of eating video. I hope you all enjoyed watching what I eat. This was really a typical day. The only thing that really changes from each day is probably lunch and dinner. The reason why I'm currently eating 4,000 calories every day is because I'm exercising a lot. So each week I'm running around 100K, and then I'm also going to the gym 4 times a week, in addition to maybe a swim or stationary bike ride here and there. So I'm really burning a lot of calories. So 4,000 calories is my maintenance. Actually, over the past week, I think I've lost maybe a pound or so, so I may have to increase my calories. But for now, I'm happy with 4,000 calories per day. And on the weekends is really when I eat more than 4,000 calories. So usually on Saturday and Sunday, I'll eat dinner as much as I can possibly eat. That's sort of my cheat meal, which will usually either be sushi, vegan sushi, or Vietnamese. Those are my 2 favorite things to just go as hard as I can possibly go with eating food. But I'll put all of the macros and calories from the day on the screen so you can see what I've eaten today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my brand new channel so you can keep updated for all of my videos that I'm going to post.